What is up, Flockers? That is my fellow Lockers and aspiring Lockers. Have you ever heard of balling on a budget? Well, today I'm going to be talking about how you can ball on a budget with your Microlocs. So if you're interested in that, then stick around. Unless you've been living under a rock lately, life is expensive. Life has been lifing. The eggs are expensive. Just literally, gas has gone up. Everything in the world is just increasing. Inflation, things are expensive. So the last thing you need with your hair is to be spending a ton of money on your hair and adding that to your budget if that's not something that you want to do. So I'm here to help you if you have some questions of how you can ball on a budget with your hair and still get awesome results and look good with it. One of the big conversations that people have when trying to decide between Microlocs or Sisterlocks or just Microlocs in general is how much it's going to cost. And one of the things with Sisterlocks is that they are known to be very pricey. And honestly, Microlocs can be pricey too if you're going to a loctician because the prices are starting to even out. Like I said, inflation is a real thing. People have to pay bills. Locticians got to pay bills too. So their prices are going up, especially when they're spending a bunch of time doing these services. But the great thing about Microlocs is that it can be a DIY style and you don't have to be super great at doing hair. I wouldn't say that I'm amazing at doing hair, but I was able to do my own and start my own hair and my locks, okay? So in the same sense, you can start your locks yourself. The great thing about Microlocs is there are several starter methods that you can use to start them. Whether you choose to do braids like I did, and just plait your whole head up. You can do comb coils if you really wanted to do comb coils. You could do 2-strand twists to start your Microlocs. Or if you're really fancy and you really know how to do it, you can even do your interlocking method to start your Microlocs. So there are so many different ways that you can start your locks yourself that you don't have to go and spend these big amounts of money to get them started by someone else. Now, granted, if you're just horrible and have no skill at all when it comes to your hair with parting or anything, then maybe you do want to go to a loctician. But if you can do a simple scoop-de-doop like I did, because I didn't part my hair with the comb, I did a simple scoop-de-doop when it came to my locks all the way through and parting. I finger parted through my hair. So if you can do a scoop-de-doop, you can part your hair yourself. You can save yourself money. And now, I don't know about you, but would I rather pay $800 to $1,200 to get my locks installed by someone else? Or would I rather save that money and spend it on something else and spend 4 to 5 days over a span of a week doing it myself? Or however long you want to take. You can take as long as you want to take, but it is something that you can do yourself. You can take that power into your own hands and start your locks yourself if you want to. It's an empowering feeling. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. It is exhausting. It is going to take a long time. It is going to take patience. So if you're thinking you're going to just knock it out in an hour or two, that's not going to happen. It's going to take you several hours, possibly several days to do your install, depending on how much free time you have, how much time you have to do it, and resources like that. But know it is something that you can do yourself, and you can save yourself several $100s if you simply do it yourself. So set aside that week, or set aside, so many hours a day while you're watching Netflix before you go to bed and start your locks yourself. I promise you, it's a good thing. You're going to be loving it. You're going to love the journey and you're going to be so happy that you saved that money. We're balling on a budget out here. All right, the next thing that I say to ball on a budget with your Microlocs is doing your reties yourself. There are so many videos on YouTube that I have done, that other Microlockers have done, instructional videos to show you how you can do your reties yourself. Whether you want to do a 2-point rotation, a 3-point rotation, or a 4-point rotation, or if you really want to be bold and retwist your locks, okay? You can do the maintenance yourself. With retwisting, it's a really simple thing to do, and it just depends on your lifestyle and if the retwists are going to last for more than a couple of days. But retwisting is very simple. Reties honestly aren't that difficult, and I know that not everybody can do it, but you'd be surprised at how well you can manage to do your own reties if you take the time to learn how to do it and you do it yourself. Now, I'm not trying to take business away from the locticians. If you got that disposable income and you want to spend the money, I get that there are people out there that are like, I'm not trying to do it, sis. I'm not trying to, sit there for 6 hours and retie my own hair. I don't have the time or the energy to do it. I get that. If that's you, then this isn't for you. But for those that are trying to save some coin and possibly $150 to $300 or more per every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks or every 8 weeks, however often you do your reties, then simply taking that into your own hands and doing your own reties might be a way to go. And I'm telling you, as someone that does my own reties, it is liberating to know that I can literally go whenever. I don't have to worry about my schedule and someone else's schedule to have to make them match so that I can come and get my retie done. You know, if I only have an hour to do it and I'm starting today, I can literally start my retie and do an hour. And if I don't have time to get to it for another day or two, that's totally fine, because when your hair is partially retied and partially not, it's not like anybody can tell. Unlike when you're retwisting your hair and you got clips and stuff, you know, you can't just run off to, well, you could run off to the store, but folks are gonna notice, folks might stare. When you retie your hair, you know, if I've got this side done and this side's not done, it's not like anybody's gonna know. If I need to, I can just flip it over here to just balance it out a little bit. And while we're talking about reties, get into this fresh retie. All right, just finished it yesterday. Like I said, I self retie. So if I can do it, I feel like almost anybody can do it, y'all. All right. It does take time. It can be tiring and taxing on your arms, but hey, maybe you don't want to go to the gym, but you want a little definition in your arms. You're going to get a little definition in your arms if you're doing your own reties, because the amount of time that you spend doing this and having your arms up, you get a little definition in your arms. So it's good for you. Something else that you can do to ball on a budget with your Microlocs and reduce the price that you're paying, but increase overall, is make your own oil, DIY. Now I know there's a lot of people that are out there that are like, get somebody else to do it. But I'm telling you, it's very simple. And honestly, it's an investment. Just like your Microlocs are an investment, yes, on the front end, it is gonna cost you a little bit of extra money, because in order to purchase the items, you know, you go on Amazon and you have to buy this oil and some essential oils. It can be expensive, but can I tell you that the little bottle of essential oils that you purchase that might cost $7 or $8, that $7 or $8 is going to last you for 6 months, a year and a half, because you're only using 2 to 3 drops at a time. Come on now, let's think about it. The products that we pay for when we go to Target or Walmart or whatever store, Sally Beauty Supply, we'll pay $13 for a tiny bottle of leave-in conditioner or something like that. When you can make your own, y'all, I'm just telling you, get into it. I make my own oil. This stuff is the truth. I live by it. Other people that I've sent my oil have also sent me testimonials, whatever it's called, to let me know that the oil has been working for them, that they love it. Simply making your own oil at home, this isn't even something that takes a long time. You can do it on a Saturday in 30 minutes. You know, like I said, it's an investment in the beginning, because yes, you do have to buy some things that are going to cost some money. And I'll link everything that I talk about in this video down in the description below if you're interested in looking at it and buying these products possibly for yourself. But things like fenugreek seeds and boiling those and just having that seep into your oil, little things like that make a big difference. And the great thing about making your own oil is that you know exactly what's in it, and you can tailor it to your own hair and your own scalp. Something about the things that you buy in stores is that you can't tailor that. So if I go and buy something in a store, I might love the way it smells, put it on my scalp, and it breaks my scalp out. And the reason that it breaks my scalp out is maybe it has a little bit too much of this type of oil. Well, when I'm making my own oil, I can tailor it to my scalp. So if I know, oh, well, almond oil doesn't do that great on my scalp, so I only need a little bit of that, but this type of oil does really well with my scalp, and it doesn't, you know, cause flare-ups or anything like that. So when you make your own products, you have that control, and you're saving a ton of money over the long run. Because like I said, instead of spending $8 on each bottle that's going to last you a month or two, you spend $8 on a tiny bottle that's going to last you 6 months to a year, sometimes even longer than that, and you're making several batches of it. Something else that you can do to ball on a budget with your Microlocs, and it's something that I do from time to time at my own home, is to make my own soap and my own shampoo. Now, I've made a video about this on my channel. I'll make sure to link that below too, so if you're interested in seeing that. But I purchased some African black soap online. It smells good. All right. And I sometimes make my own shampoo. Not all the time, because I have scalp issues. And so there are a lot of times that I will go for the royal oils, because this is the one shampoo that I buy out of the stores or off of Amazon, because I always purchase it on Amazon. This is the one shampoo that gets me right and that gets my scalp flares and stuff like that under control, and the dryness and seborrheic dermatitis. But when I'm looking for a good moisturizing but also cleansing shampoo, I look no further than my kitchen. I get my black soap out, I get some of my oils out so that I can make sure, like I said, that it's moisturizing, get my humectant out my glycerin oil, and I mix all that together, make my own shampoo. And then I've got a shampoo that cost me probably, I don't know, 50 cents to make, if even that much, when you really break it down and you see how little of each product that you have to use to make it. And it lasts me for an entire month. For this shampoo that I made that it took me 30-45 minutes to make, lasts me for a month or two, and it cost me less than $1 to make. Just telling you, this is how we're balling on a budget. Inflation's no joke. So we got to do what we got to do to keep our pockets in check. Something I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all a couple of products that I use and things. This isn't even a product, this first one, but I talked about doing your own reties. With reties, this is just a little Pandora bag that I took from the missus, after I gave her gift. I got all I call it my little lock kit, but I just keep all the things that I use or could potentially use in here when I do my reties. So whether I need a clip to clip off my hair while I'm retying, even though I don't use clips. If you've seen my retie videos, I personally don't, just because I feel like it wastes time. But I got two types of clips. I got the big long duckbill clips, and I've got the short ones in here. I have elastic bands and like headband things, because instead of using the clips, I like to put my hair in ponytails and pull out one lock at a time as I'm doing them. So I keep those in my lock kit. And then I also have my retie tools that I use. Now I do have metal retie tools, but I'm not a fan of those because they don't bend. They just don't work well for me, and they're really thick. And so they end up stretching the base of your lock. They don't work for me. What I found that I like the most are these tiny ones that I get off of Amazon. You can also get them in your store, but they're just these little threading needles. Okay, now they come in different sizes. I think this is one of the larger ones. All right, but I have a video about this too. I usually will cut them in half, and then I will take some scissors or a knife or something, and I will whittle it down into a nice sharp point. All right, and so this is very small. It's hard to see, but like this going through the base of my lock, don't even feel it compared to the metal ones that I feel like I'm having to rip through the base of my lock and ripping out hair follicles. Okay, so I can thread it on my lock really easily. I don't have any space because I just finished my retie yesterday, but these go through so easily. And then, like I said, I can pull it through. It goes through the base and it's not pulling my hair out. It doesn't hurt. And they've got this, like, because they're plastic, they're slippery. And so it's just, there's no resistance as it's going through. It goes through like butter. It's like butter. All right, so that's what I have in my lock kit that I use. Pandora's not balling on a budget, but balling on a budget in this thing. Another product that I have, which, I just use this for my DIY oil when I'm on the go, because you don't always want to take something like this around. But this, whether you keep it in your car or if you're traveling, you need something to, that you can fit in your carry-on, that you can take on a plane, that will, you can get through and not have to throw away when you get to the airport, are these little bottles, and it has this nice little rolly ball on the top. All right, you put your favorite oil in there. I've got my DIY oil in there, and then you can just go through and you can oil your scalp on the go. All right, you can do this even on the plane if you need to, or wherever you need to be. You can oil that scalp. All right, so it's just a nice little thing to have, to be able to keep your oil with you. Because sometimes you be on the go and that scalp is just screaming at you and dry. So this is a nice little thing. It's a glass bottle, so it's nice and secure. And it's blue. I love blue things. Blue lights. I like blue. So blue's where it's at. Blue is the color of my family. Also, for my lockers who still want to ball on a budget, but maybe you're a little bougie, like I am sometimes, and you want a bit of a spa treatment feeling, maybe you don't have the coin to go to a loctician and get a full treatment where you feel like you're just being pampered and stuff like that, but there are ways to pamper yourself at home. And again, there is an investment that you have to make up front to purchase the things, But you're not having to pay this each time you go to get your hair done. You can do this in the comfort of your own home, take it with you when you travel, and you can do all these things for yourself whenever you want, as often as you want, without having to pay any additional money after that initial investment. So these next are what I call balling on a budget for my spa bougie lockers that like to enjoy the finer things of life but not pay that high quint. The first thing I have is my scalp massager. This one is from Confier. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but it's that one. All right, this thing is amazing. It charges like that, and it's got these wonderful little silicone things right there. It's got a power button on the top, and you just hit that thing. All right, and it's got 2 speeds, and it can go in reverse. But yes, if you like scalp massages, again, the tips are silicone, so it's super soft. It feels really good. For those that want to increase the blood flow in their scalp, maybe you have some thinning, maybe you have some bald spots, or you just like a good scalp massage, you can go on with this thing. It doesn't like get caught in your roots or anything like that. So that's nice. Ooh, can y'all see? Y'all see it's working, right? It feels so good. It's a nice little massage. Again, 2 speeds, so if you like the faster speed, then you just hold it to turn it off. Again, these are for my bougie people that like to pamper themselves a little bit. I got 2 other things that I use on a regular that I want to show y'all. If you've watched my videos in the past, then you're already familiar. Oops, see? Just from that sound, if you've watched my previous videos, you probably already know. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you know what that was that just fell off. But that lets you know that I've been using it. It's my steamer. You put the water in there. This is actually a facial steamer, but it's twofold because I use it for facial steamings. And mine actually is broken because I've used it so much and dropped it a couple of times. So the top comes off and doesn't screw on all the way. But this one is Jamarto. Again, I'll put all these things in the description below. So if you're interested, you can check it out. But it's very simple. You plug it in, you push the button after you have your water in there. You can put a drop or 2 of essential oils, your favorite essential oils, so if you want to enhance the experience. But you can do your facial steaming, but I love to use it also for my locks and just go through and steam my locks to get that extra moisture in there. Your locks feel so soft afterwards, and then you can go in and put on your oil or whatever you want to put on your hair to just lock in that moisture and just get them. I'm telling you, if you haven't ever done a steam treatment for your locks, you're missing out. And I'm telling you, try it, give it a try. Drop down in the comments and let me know if you've ever had lock steaming before, whether it was professionally done or you've done it yourself. I need people to sound off, because tell me, if you've done it before, let me know. I'd be interested to know if anyone's ever done it and didn't enjoy it or like the way that their locks felt afterwards. But I can almost tell you that this is A1 right here. That's the stuff. All right, and the last thing I have for the bougie, for those that like, and this is honestly not even bougie, but to me, this is kind of essential. If you're into using a blow dryer, you know, not everybody has the desire to sit there and hold the blow dryer. So I guess this is where the bougie comes in. If you don't want to sit there and hold the blow dryer, there is an alternative for that. This is the brand doesn't matter because they come in different brands, but it's all the same thing. It'll be linked in the description below too. But you see it comes in this small bag, so you can travel with it if you need to. So if you're going on a trip to the beach or something and your hair's wet, it's wonderful. But it's this little hooded dryer, okay? You take this end, you put it on your blow dryer, on the end of the blow dryer, swoop, like that. It's got this little elastic band to hold it on. And then this side is the hooded dryer part. It opens up. You put your head in it. Get your locks up in there, you know. Whether you want to have on a shower cap to really get the full effect, or you just do it like this. All right, there's a drawstring if you need to make it tighter or looser. And then you turn it on, the air goes up and it fills up. The air comes through and it distributes the air throughout your entire head, so that you're not just having to sit there and hold the heat and have concentrated heat hitting one spot. So if you need to do things multitask, it's great for if you're in the middle of working or something, you need to work while your hair's drying, okay? I personally am not someone who dries my hair with a blow dryer often. I like to air dry it. So unless I just washed my hair or something and it's wintertime and I need to go somewhere, like in a hurry, then I'm gonna let it air dry for the most part. But there are times that I need to get my hair dry pretty quickly or semi-dry. So this is perfect. Like I said, if I'm on a trip and I've gone to the beach and got my hair wet and I need to wash my hair and get the ocean water out, but hey, now we're getting ready to go out to dinner. I don't want to go to dinner with my hair dripping wet and, you know, locks just laid down looking like a wet dog. So I'm gonna pop this on for 5 or 10 minutes while I'm brushing my teeth or doing whatever I need to do. I'm able to multitask and I can get the job done. It's great. If you've enjoyed this video on how to ball on a budget with your Microlocs, then make sure to hit the like button so that I know what type of content you're enjoying. Leave me a comment down in the description box and also subscribe to the channel so that you can get more videos like this and join the flock. And before you go anywhere, check out some of the other videos that have popped up on the screen. I'll see you there.